Sorry about that. Good morning, guys. Um, just had to, typically do your uh make sure I got everybody in here and stuff. Well, just putting the word out, you know what I'm saying? So, anyway, we're just going to be talking a little bit about some news and kind of what Trump was doing yesterday. Um, as you know, he signed an executive order, so uh giving people who didn't have retirements a chance to start a retirement fund. So they're doing that through Trump IRA or IRS, I think. Trump IRS. I don't know why I said IRA. Trump IRS. Um, so I think that also helped push the markets up yesterday, tomorrow. I was also listening to the Schwab Network too, where they were talking about how other major indices were kind of just like rotating. They were kind of like rotating around, and tech was kind of lagging behind. A lot of the laggards were from the tech industry. So people like Microsoft, and I think it was Nvidia, and a couple of major indices as well. So I don't think tech was what was propping it up yesterday, even though we did have tech earnings all across the board um, through the week, which I forgot what we had today. You know what? Let's just take a look here really quick, uh, just to give me a reminder. All right, so Caterpillars was yesterday. Apples was yesterday. I think Apple missed. I don't remember. All right, so before open, we had Chevron, ExxonMobil, so oil and gas. With that's pretty much it. So nothing too crazy today to kind of talk about. Um, Also, guys, yesterday was the very last day to sign up for the Earner Plus tier. But if you guys are looking for the lifetime, it wasn't the last day to sign up for the Earn Plus year. You can still sign up. I'm just saying the discount ended yesterday. So if you guys missed out, you guys missed out. But I'll be moving this over to the Earner Plus tier later on. So beginning of next week. So I'll do one stream Monday, and after that, I'll be strictly doing this for Earner Plus members. So if you haven't got in, you can. All you got to do, if you're on desktop, you can scan this QR code right here on top. Uh, and it'll take you to my homepage or to my digital business card. Also, my link is also in my description, links to financial freedom. You can click on that guy right there, or you can just click on this little link and it'll pop up for you. And I have everything set up um, in line for you to make your upgrades if you wish. Top one is the monthly, the Earner Plus, and then the lifetime memberships right here. And then if you guys want to do it in a payment plan, you can as well. And if you're just looking to sign up for just a year, all you got to do is just click the annual. And don't forget to use, well, never mind. We're not using the discount code, so discount code's over. I'll edit this a little bit later. But you can also follow me on all my socials on X, YouTube, Twitch, Kick. And if you guys haven't signed up already for a platform and you're looking to, you can use my link right here for Robinhood, and we both get a little I wouldn't say kickback, but we both get some stocks if you guys are looking to switch platforms, or try something a little bit different. Like I said, I personally like using Robinhood and Webull. They are the best when it comes to charting and stuff like that. Besides anything besides the TV, trading view, those two are, in my opinion, the best and easiest to kind of navigate and stuff like that. So if you haven't already, give me a follow right here, and follow me along on our journey and stuff for financial freedom. I'd love to take you guys all along. So I'm just going to look at the fear and greed index. You know how it goes. You know how the morning goes. We got to see kind of where we're at in the market. I won't be doing it every day, but I felt like it was important this week to look at the fear and greed index, because we did have a big week this week. We had the Fed. We had multiple things coming out. I forgot what other things came out at the beginning of the week. And then obviously, Wednesday with Powell, and then Thursday was the big day. Was it Thursday or was it Wednesday? I think no, it was Wednesday. Wednesday was most of the tech earnings. So, you got to kind of watch out for those news events. And then yesterday, we had like I said, uh the administration was talking about the Trump IRA um account. So that's always interesting. So anyway, let's get into it a little bit. Just gonna be looking at the market overall, kind of seeing what's going down. So today I'm going to be making a couple of paper trades and then possibly one real trade. I don't know yet. So we'll see. Boom, boom. Sorry guys. Just got to do a couple of different things. Alrighty. Sorry about that. So yeah, so it looks like we're carrying the momentum. Let's just kind of look at the daily chart here. Open up my trading view. Yeah, we're just gonna look at the daily here. All right. Yeah, so I initially thought, like I said, I thought we were going to cross down, touch the EMAs, and it just doesn't look like that happened. Looks like we also gapped up. So the momentum is still bullish. So I would stick with being bullish. Yeah, look at that. Come up, tested, broke above, tested again, broke out. So this is a breakout for sure. Now, I heard a lot of people talking, yo, what's going on, Aiden? Aiden, what is that? Adelaide Castellano? I gotta work on my reading. Sorry, I butchered your name, but what's up? Good morning. How you doing? All right. So yeah, so the daily, like I said, looks like it kind of gapped up. So also too, as well, I was listening to the Schwab Network yesterday, and they were also kind of just talking about even that Trump IRA executive order that he made yesterday for pretty much everybody to be able to sign up and create a retirement account, and also those retirement accounts um, could be and just as high as you know federal workers. They get the same benefits as federal workers do when it comes to retirement funds and stuff like that. So I thought that was really interesting. Definitely a game changer. There was a couple of different other things that he did talk about as well. I just can't even remember right now. It's a little bit early in the morning. It's only 6:30 in the morning. No big deal. Anyway, so that was the daily. Here, we'll just look at the daily here too. Yeah. So even looking at the daily, I can see there's so much volume down here below. Look how much volume there's down here below. There's 449.1 million. I want to know the candle when is good to do a call or to do a put. Yeah, we can definitely go over that a couple of different other things. That's pretty much kind of what I'm looking at. And there isn't any specific candle. There are different candle patterns, obviously, that you will eventually learn. And obviously, there's different names. Um, but a lot of it has to do with just momentum. Well, at least for me on how I personally trade, I don't personally trade per candle. I kind of use the candles as a general guideline of what direction it may possibly go because even though the candle pattern looks like it's a bearish candle, uh, for example, let's just look at this candle right here. This guy. See this little red one? This is the daily, by the way. So this isn't like when you're day trading. This is just strictly on the daily. This little red candle, to me, I would have thought we're probably going to head down, which technically we kind of did. It just bounced off of the 5 and gave this engulfing candle right here. So you got to be careful when you're um, thinking about just trading the candles. What you're really going to be wanting to look for is momentum, general direction, the support and resistant lines. My computer's fading. Mm, yeah, it looks like a little bit here. I wonder if I move it over. Let's move it over to the side a little. Hilarious. Um, why is my thing not up? Sorry, 1 second. 1 second. I'm just looking at things. The internet's bad. I'm looking at my kilobytes per second. It seems like it's fine. Yeah. I'm looking at my analytics. My analytics look fine. Maybe. Hmm. Maybe I should move locations or something. Maybe I'll do that next stream. Maybe I'll try to do something somewhere else to see. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying now. I see that it's a little choppy. Yeah, you get that little maybe it's yeah, I see there's like a little blob out there. I saw a little gray spot. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Weird. Weird. I just might be in a weird spot right now. Hmm. Maybe also I got a lot of things running at the same time, so it might be that too as well. I keep seeing it drop. Yeah, I see what you're saying now. Why am I dropping so many frames? Yeah, my internet might just be spotty today for some reason. Yeah, I might be just sitting in a weird spot right now. I don't really have any other spot I can move to, honestly. You know, I guess I can move to my kitchen, my island in my kitchen. Hmm. You know what? I'm gonna move over. I'm gonna see if I can get a better connection over there really quick. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second, guys. How about now? Maybe. All right. Let's see if this is a little better. My camera's probably looking a little weird, huh? Anyway, I'm in my kitchen. Sorry. How about now? Maybe a little better? I don't know. This is as good as it's gonna get right now. I can't really move anywhere else. You know. All right. Anyway, what was I talking about? I don't even remember now. Oh yeah, we are talking about candle patterns. Candle patterns. um. Yeah. Sorry. Internet's a little spotty in some places, so that's where I normally set up. About the same. There's nothing I can do about that. Nothing I can do about that. Uh, yeah. All right. Anyway, so yeah, so talking about candle patterns, so you were asking, you wanted to kind of learn when to get in and when to get out. Here too. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that, man. Sorry. It's just a choppy internet day, unfortunately. But maybe if I get rid of some of these things, I gotta mention here. I'll keep that private there. Alrighty. Hmm. Yeah, sorry, Will. It's just laggy today. I don't know. There's nothing I can really do about that. All right, so unfortunately, I'm sorry guys. I'm just gonna have to move on. Uh, I only got a limited time with you guys, and then I got to go to work. So anyway, so talking about candle patterns. So like I said, even if you get a closed red like this little guy right here, doesn't mean that it won't rebound the next day, and we can see that in smaller time frames, obviously too as well. So just kind of looking at this right here, what you're really looking for is you're looking for different kinds of channels. Like I said, you're looking for, I just got in with Mo. I bought the plus because I want to learn. Nice. Well, let's go, brother. Let's go. I'm here to teach. I'm here to answer any questions that you may or may not have. I have a couple of videos too as well. A couple of my other lives. They're about an hour long in my YouTube. So there's quite a few momentum plays where I am paper trading. So right now what we're doing right here, I'm paper trading for new people just like you. So that way you don't have to risk your own capital. So it's paper trading. It's not real money. There's no uh, risk of loss. You know what I mean? Like actual financial loss. So that's what I kind of do around here and try to teach people different patterns, what to look for, when to kind of get in, when to kind of get out, entry and exit placements, support resistance, and like I said, momentum plays. So that's what we're here to do right now. I have Webull up right here. I think my very first video kind of showed you kind of how to set that up a little bit on how you want. It's pretty simple actually. So if you go into Webull, this is I downloaded the desktop version. I like the desktop version. I don't know how to do paper trading. Totally fine, no big deal. Like I said, this is Webull, and if you don't have a Webull account, you can actually go over here on my YouTube page right here, and you can either scan this QR code right up here, and it'll bring you to my digital business card. If you're just on your phone, you can click this link right here, and it'll pop up, like I said, my digital business card, and this has obviously our plus members and stuff like that. And then you can sign up with Webull with my Webull link down here. And I think we both get something for it. I don't remember. But that's what I'm using to paper trade. I use Webull to paper trade. And sometimes I will use TradingView. TradingView is really good to do some paper trading. I don't think Robinhood has paper trading. Uh, but yeah, I have Robinhood too. I love Robinhood. Robinhood's great. Legion's great. So as soon as you get over here into the Webull, you'll have I'm just gonna give you a quick little rundown. You have your little sidebar here, right? And it gives you all your little tabs. You can click on stocks, and it'll go to, obviously these are the six. I customly made this, obviously, but it will go to your stocks, and this is the 6 that I'm watching besides BTC. This is SPY. This is supposed to be SPY. I watch Bitcoin too a lot, so that's why it automatically sits there. So I have everything set up for SPY right here, and then you got your markets, the overall markets from earnings. You got your calendar, IPO, all this stuff. You got your heat map right down here. Um, I forgot what this is called, but you got your heat maps and a whole bunch of different other things over here. And then you got your screener, your custom, so you can actually customize your own layout of however you want. And it gives you some pre-made templates here for you that you could use for different types of trading. There's a normal chart right here, what they consider normal, right? Normal is whatever you make it. Make sure whenever you're trading, you want to make sure it's specifically customized to your personal preferences, because it's really important. You can follow anybody that you want, but really what it comes down to is your own strategy, your own type of trading, and stuff like that. Like even when I'm trading, I take a whole bunch of different other people's ideas and how they like to trade, and I incorporate it into my own. And that's what you should be doing when you're beginning to starting to trade. Um, and so you can use any of these templates and customize it however you want. And then obviously your account, you have to see. I got this one. I got this one locked. Um, and then you go down here to paper trading, and then I set this up myself. So I added a chart, which you can do over here. You can add a new layout too as well. You can start all over, which I'll just do for you really quick and everybody else who's watching. So you can go to options trading. That's what I like. Just click that and it'll pop all this kind of stuff up for you. Now, I don't really use time sales. I'll remove this. And then I don't really use the order book, so I'll remove that. I don't really remove this simulated trade. What I normally just keep right here is, like I said, the options chain, right? Options chain, sorry. Just make this a little smaller. Order entries and the positions that are working for me. And then I like having my chart. And then, you can have, what is this? Like your watch list. This is basically like a watch list to where you can add and get rid of different other obviously stocks and stuff like that. I don't really use that personally because I don't really need that. I just like having it very simple like this, my charts, right? And then how I'm going to be trading, right? My options chain. So that's how you can do that. And you can add that with the new layout and stuff like that. And then if you need to add anything else, you can click up here on the top right to widgets, and your widgets will have everything that you kind of need all across the board there for you to make it however you want. So that's kind of how you do that. So I'm going to get rid of that because I already have my pre-made template up right here. And then you can incorporate your own indicators and stuff like that too as well. So, I got the 5, the 13, and the 50 EMA with, I think this is the center Bollinger Band. And then obviously I have my I keep calling them Bollinger Bands, or Bollinger Bands is what they're called, Bollinger Bands. I don't know why I have a trouble with that wordplay, but I have trouble with that wordplay. So you can do that. And then I have obviously my indicators over here. You can see all my indicators. So I got my Bollinger Band, my VWAP, my anchored VWAP, the EMAs, and then VP. I use VP, and that's pretty much the volume percentage is what I think that means. But I use that to kind of gauge. That's how you got this little small bar right up over here. So, and then I have my MACD and then my RSI. So I have a whole bunch of different other indicators and stuff like that. And then I also have my trading view and then my Robinhood as well with the Breadbot. So I got to renew my script on my Breadbot. So my script isn't working for my Breadbot right now. So I got to wait. I got to wait until I talk to Mo to get that up and running again. So anyway, that's kind of the little rundown right here for paper trading and stuff like that. And then we're going to be getting into trading right now. So, and it looks like it's getting pretty crazy. It looks like any news drop, it's a nice big engulfing candle. And so, like I was saying a little bit earlier today too, at the beginning of the stream, basically, Trump IRS is making retirement accounts accessible for the average everyday person. People who don't have retirement accounts and they want to open one up right now, they can. So it's giving access to a bunch of people who don't have access to retirement accounts, and they're going to get the highest benefits that you can get. Well, you can, not saying everybody will, obviously, but you can possibly get the same benefits as federal workers. So you get all the bells and whistles that the federal employees can get too as well. So those benefit packages are going to help millions and millions and millions of people, honestly. I mean, just in the United States alone, there's what, 335 million people here in the United States. So, if even half of those people get retirement, or even, let's just look that up really quick. So, how many people don't have retirement accounts in the USA? 43%. 43% of Americans don't have a retirement account. That's more than half. That's crazy, guys. That's crazy to think about. That's almost half. And then, like I said, yeah, 338 million people in the United States. So divide that by half, bro. That's crazy. I mean, you're talking about like 160 million people don't have retirement accounts. So if everybody who doesn't have a retirement account finally gets a retirement account, we're going to see the market head higher. And that's what I think we're also seeing right here right now is we're seeing the market head a little bit higher. All right, so you were asking when to kind of get in, when to kind of get out. Right now is where I would kind of place a put. We kind of broke out of the Bollinger Band. It looks like it kind of wants to have that relief a little bit. What is this? This is SPY. I think I'm trading SPX. I got SPX up on my options chain. So we're going to trade the SPX. Now the SPX is really expensive and you don't really know where calls and puts are. So it says right here on the option chain, calls and puts right here, and the strike price, and also the bid and the ask price. So you can clearly kind of see where it is. Now I'm kind of basing this off of a double top right here. So I'm going to probably get input and just see if we're going to head a little bit lower. Not saying we will, but I'm gonna risk it. So I just entered a put here really quick. Even though the momentum's up, I'm kind of hoping we'll have a little double top here. So anyway, so I got into a 726.65 put. You can clearly see right here. Looks like the momentum's still going, even though we had this nice good engulfing candle. Looks like we're gonna continue just to kind of head higher. Now you're gonna normally want to trade with the trend. Trend is your friend, obviously. So if the trend's up, you're going to want to kind of stay with that trend. Right now, I'm looking for a quick scalping play. So I'm just looking for a little relief down really quick off of this big bounce. So I'm going to kind of hold it up a little bit. Looks like we're down 400. No big deal. But what you're really going to be looking for is, like I said, momentum plays. So you see how this one kind of died off right here? See, that doesn't make me feel really good about it. You see how it kind of leveled off here, and then you have the 5 EMA come all the way through and then almost cross the 13. This would have been a good entry point for some puts, in my personal opinion, right here. Now, it doesn't mean that it will play out uh, the way I think, obviously, because it obviously bounced back up off of the 13, and that's the other risk that you have, is that there are no guarantees when you're trading, obviously. So what you're going to be looking for is statistical outcomes. So the statistical outcome, normally more times than not, is that you'll kind of go under here. But like I said, the news and tech earnings and just the overall momentum has been bullish. So like I said, the trend is your friend. And it looks like I'm going to get smoked on this one. Yeah, and another thing too, the RSI is a little hot. That's also what I was looking at too. So RSI is sitting at like 80 right now, 81.40, 80.08. So the RSI is above average normal right here. And that's what I have my gauges set up. I have mine set up at 70 and 30. 70 is kind of normally where I see relief. Also kind of what I was banking on. So it looks like we're down about 3K right now in this trade, which is 25%. Now you're going to normally want to try to cut your losses around 30%. You're going to want to reevaluate if you want to stay in the trade or get out. And I don't mind holding through some of the chop or other momentum. So I'm still waiting for that relief to come down off of the RSI. So we'll see. Well, I think this trade's going to come back personally. I'm not too worried. All right, awesome. And so another thing too as well that I was thinking about the other day is you're going to be wanting to look at higher time frames. So let's just go to the overall market here and just take a quick little look. So obviously the SPY is made up of the top, well, it's made up of multiple different other indices, obviously. But the main ones that are in SPY are Apple, Meta, Microsoft, and Nvidia. And so these are the things that I'm also looking at too as well. See, it doesn't look too bullish to me across the board. It looks like we want to head lower. All these, in my opinion, look like they want to head lower. Now, yesterday the market ripped off of basically not just tech earnings, but I was listening to the Schwab Network. It was actually most of the smaller indices like the medical field and who else was it? It was a couple of different other people. I can't even remember right now, but it was something along those lines. It was all the other little small indices. So I'm actually going to get out of this play. Well, hold on a second. Dude, we just look like we're going to head down. I'm going to hold on to this one. I'm actually going to hold this. Remember, guys, we're doing paper trading based off of a couple of different things. So, let's actually draw a little small line right here. Where'd we get in? We got in like right here. We got in right, yeah, we got in like right there because what was I playing? I was playing that top, playing this top right here. And these three right here are normally confirmation candles that we're bullish, but like I said, the market itself looks like it wants to go down. Microsoft looks like it wants to go down. Nvidia looks like it wants to head down. Apple's doing its own thing. I don't really take Apple into too much consideration because normally Apple is like an inverse of the overall tech industry. They normally do the opposite. So we're just going to hold out right here. See, we're kind of coming back down into this line here really quick. Let's see if we come out profitable. I know it's a little scary holding through big money like this. That's why it's important to kind of paper trade and kind of understand where we're going and know when to hold them, know when to fold them. You know what I'm saying? Um, anyway, so look, here we go. Here's this little small dip down, kind of what I was looking for right here, but I didn't get it. So it looks like we just tested the 13. Now we could bounce right here. Right here would probably be a good place to kind of get out. But like I said, I'm going to kind of hold here a little bit. Like I said, I think the market kind of wants to have a little bit relief. I don't think we're going to leg up just yet. So what we're looking for here too as well is we're looking for the 5 to cross the 13. The only issue that I'm kind of fighting mentally right here is also the 50 is not too far right here. You see the 50? It's not too far away. So the 50 is normally a major support area or a major resistance area. Obviously, since we're above, it would be technically a support area. And if we were below, it would be a resistance area. It's kind of a way to look at it. So let's see if we can get under here. What I would really want to see is the 5 to cross the 13, and then we get under the 50. That's what I would really like to see. Yeah. And even right here on Microsoft, and Microsoft is one of the major leading, what's it called? One of the major leading leaders for SPY. So I kind of take these two into major consideration. I'm having a little bit. So we'll see here. So we're going to hold through this chop. Well, it's not even really necessarily chop, but we're going to hold through this little area here real quick. Oof. We just need this to push under. We want the 5 to push under here. So let's hope we can get it. Here we go. Here we go. We just can't. We haven't beat the 13 yet. So it looked like my entry was a little early, obviously. Entry would have been great right here off of this red candle. Even though we had this little green push up, entry right here would have been more ideal. 13's holding. So it looks like we're down just a little bit. Here we go. Let's see that push. What's my average price? Average price is 13. What is this? 625. Looks like we're at 1155. Yeah, 1110, 1155. Looks like this is kind of holding. I don't like this bounce right here. So this might be an actual support. We'll kind of see. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. And also, you said you wanted to learn about candles a little bit. Even though this is a red candle, it came all the way down and wicked all the way up, which means the bulls are still kind of in control here. Even though it's red, they're still kind of in control. It's a red hammer candle because it looks like a hammer. We're just kind of waiting this out here, guys. It's either a make or a break on this one. Oof, that's an engulfing candle. All right, so it looks like the 13 is acting as a support, and it looks like we're going to probably leg up here. So we're going to probably end up taking a loss on this trade. So let's just get out here. I don't like staying in too long. I don't like staying in too long because theta. So it looks like we're down 3K for the day, but let's see if we can make it back here really quick. Can easily make that up. Rich, what's up, brother? How you doing? What's going on? Watch, it's going to play out in my favor now after I exited. See, it's really hard to tell right here because we're pinching in between the EMAs when it comes to candles. So it's either we pop up or we pop down, but It's looking a little bullish here. See, we just can't beat the 13 EMA right here. Every time we touch, we pop back up, pop back up, pop back up, pop back up. Man, I'm really thinking about puts right now, but trend is up. It'd be a bad idea. Great, actually doing really well, bro. How you doing? Have you seen that new Jade Trader Andrew on the Discord? Yeah, I know Andrew. Yeah, we're all experts in there, brother. We all kind of, I mean, we don't know each other personally, but yeah, I've been into Andrew's lives a couple of times. Dude's really great. He's a real good technical. He's a very technical trader. I like that. I like that. He has his own setup and his own little guideline book on what he looks for and what he doesn't look for, and his win rate speaks for itself, dude. I love it. I love people who have a great win rate. See, that was a good see how this candle right here is and he does penny stocks. I don't really do penny stocks. I'm a day trader at heart. Anyway, so you could see how that could make that could have that was a bear trap right here. You see that little bear trap? I would have got trapped in there. I wasn't being bullish. I was not. So that would have got me right here. I would have entered right here again too as well. I'd been like, oof, that's looking like it's gonna cross, but it bounced off of the 13 again. So good thing we got out of there, kind of stopped the bleeding. Here comes that retest right here. So this will move this little bar up right here, and this is looking like it's going to be acting as a resistance here. We'll just keep that, just to keep an eye out. Why is my thing crooked? All right, here we go. We're breaking through. So we created a new one. We'll see what the next couple of candles look like. Yeah, I like that too. Yeah, I like what you're doing as well. It's cool to have penny stocks too. Yeah, dude, it's great. I'm really impressed with what Mo has been doing with the Discord, honestly. It's really good stuff. Bringing lots and lots of value um, to the people, man. We all want to educate people, and I like doing this stuff. I like hanging out with you guys. You guys are my people. You already know I'm always up in the Discord causing a ruckus. So once we get into some serious learning and stuff like that, we're gonna seriously see some super fun stuff. We're gonna have some fun stuff in here. Right now, this is kind of just intro level, slow with what does Mo like to say? Get rich with Mo slow or something like that. Anyway, so it looks like we possibly be rejected right here. Bollinger Band's tightening up. Looks like we're going to have another squeeze. I'm thinking about getting into another put based off of this little rejection. We'll see what the next candle looks like. Bro, roadblocks? I haven't even looked at roadblocks. You know what? We're going in. We're going in on the put. All right, we're back in. I could get burned again. I'm just looking for the relief here. Not that we're going to get it. You know, it's Friday. I'd figure there'd be a little bit of profit taking towards this end of this week. We might run up to sell off EOD. So I'm liking this rejection. Now, I'm a little bit early on entry plays, but I'm normally doing that because I'm a little bit more of a high risk trader. So I like taking the little bit of a more of a higher risk than most when it comes to trades. Um, and sometimes it plays out, sometimes it doesn't. So here comes that wash that we were looking for a little bit earlier. So we'll see. Like I said, we'll see if we bounce off the 50. If it even gets down there, we haven't been able to beat the 13, as you can clearly see right now. Oh, see? Bounced off the 13 again. I should have known better. See, and these are the patterns that you're going to want to look for too as well. You got to have that pattern recognition. Yep, that's an engulfing candle. I'm going to get out. I'm going to try to get out if my orders will even go through. All right, taking another little quick L on that one. I didn't like that this was an engulfing candle, and then this candle closed. This candle opened above the 5, so it makes me believe. It leads me to believe that it's going to head higher. So it looks like we're 0-2 this morning. Get rich slow with Mo. That's right, Rich. That's right. That's the motto, bro. That's the motto. Honestly, if you followed Mo's portfolio, I don't know if you guys know where Mo's portfolio is. Portfolio link, if you guys don't already know, right here in the Discord, he has his portfolio open for everybody to see his spreadsheet. See? Boom. Everything that he's in currently and stuff like that, you can look at. So this is what he's got. When was this made? 06/23 from 7/06. So he hasn't updated it yet in a little bit. But if you're ever wondering what Mo is in, that's what he's in. So you can see that right here in the Discord for the portfolio link and stuff like that. Oh, that was an old one. I think this is his new one. What is he in now? So yeah, so this is what he's in right now. And where he's at in his position. And well, he doesn't have any dividends, but he's about 2 mil in equity and about 2 mil in total cost right now. He's up about $18,000 currently right here. So if you guys are ever wondering what he's doing, what he's up to, that's what he's up to and doing. Yes, sir. Dude, we would all be rich right now if we followed his portfolio. For real. Oh, well, it looks like that put actually is playing out right now. We'll see what happens. See, it just can't beat this 13 right here. There's no bears here. There's no volume down below. Oh, that's because I'm in SPX. That's right. So if you're in SPX, VP doesn't work. See, and I'm not upset. See, even though we took a couple of losses, we're 0-2 right now, and we took those little losses, I'm not upset about it because they were good entries. It was a good entry right here off of this resistance right here. Not too bad. This one was kind of iffy, actually. I should have probably waited for this little small sell-off. But I was looking for a little small top right here because sometimes when we break the Bollinger Band, when we do break the Bollinger Band, we normally have some relief down. So always keep that in mind. If this breaks out, we normally have something behind, but it came up, and I came in on that third candle thinking that we're probably going to get a rejection. Are you doing a 6-pack options as well, Rich? Currently, not this week. I'm not doing a 6-pack options this week. But I will be doing a little bit of swing trading in here, paper trading for you guys. I have a couple of stocks that I've been looking at and been kind of evaluating, so I'm going to kind of bring those in. Like I said, I'm just kind of doing a little bit of small day trading here and there to get people in here to kind of see what I'm doing. And I have a whole little plan of stuff that I want to do. I'm going to be teaching about patterns such as like cup and handles, double tops, head and shoulders. I'm going to be doing a couple of different option plays, so like some iron condors or different spreads of like a straddle, for example, you know, where you're in a call and a put at the same time. It's a straddle strategy and multiple different other option strategies as well. I'm going to be teaching over the, you know, over a period of time. But like I said, right now we're just kind of not winging it, but we're just kind of getting people in here to kind of see what I'm about, seeing if they like being here and whatnot. So also, I think I'm gonna make a trade soon. I think I'm gonna, because obviously we're doing paper trading. I'm also going to be doing a small account challenge to where we're starting off with just like a little bit of money, maybe like a couple $100, maybe $200-300, and trying to scale that up to about $1,000, making like one or two trades with real money. So we're gonna be looking for really good setups and trying to get the most bang for our buck. So last week, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, I was playing SPX and I made $1,000 off of like $100, which helped me pay all my bills and get me ahead finally. So I'm gonna be stacking up a little bit of money and stuff like that. So do I follow? Yeah, I follow them. I follow them, of course. Of course, I follow them. I mean, this is his latest right here. I just haven't this week. So if you guys are following, if you guys already know, it's about $1,000 per play for Mo. And obviously you can find that in the options alert here in the Discord. So 15-minute looks good. Man, I should have looked at, see, I made a mistake today, guys. I made a big mistake. I forgot to look at the higher time frames. I only looked at the daily this morning. I didn't look at the 15-minute today, so that was actually my mistake. It's probably why I took those two losses here. So no big deal. I don't, like I said, I don't mind taking those losses. We're learning, right? This is how you learn too as well. So it looks like it broke this double top here. See, like I said, this was a good play. It just because you don't win every single play doesn't mean that you're doing bad at trading. It just sometimes statistically it just doesn't play out. It, like I said, it's not going to be right every single time. What you're looking for, like I said, is those reoccurring patterns, reoccurring trades, the test of the support and resistance line, the momentum of where it's going, looking at the overall market, like I said for SPY, to where this all goes up. See, like I was saying earlier, Microsoft looked like it was bearish. It kind of is just trading sideways. Same thing with Nvidia. It still looks like it wants to head down. You had the 13 cross to 50 and the 5 cross to 50 on Nvidia, so you're seeing that little slow bleed. Apple's doing its own thing. Looks like Meta wants to turn back up, but it's been choppy. Look how choppy it is. Just straight big full engulfing candles. And like I said, Broadcom looks like it kind of wants some relief, but looks like we're heading higher. And that's kind of what I was going into yesterday. Is that the smaller indices that are in SPY that also make up SPY, just because these 5 indices control most of SPY, they're about 30% of SPY's portfolio. These 5 right here, I believe, is it 30%? No, I think it, not just these 5, but there's a select group of um, companies that make up SPY. So all those little smaller little other indices are pretty much what brung SPY up. I should have known better. Yeah, bro, for real. Yeah, I was just looking at SPX on the 15-minute. It is kind of overbought. Right here on Robinhood, looking like we kind of topped out right here, but there is a resistance right here at 72.78. But yeah, I should have known better, dude. There's sometimes you make little small slight mistakes every once in a while. After you've been doing this a while, you're like, I already knew that. Why? What am I doing? What am I doing? That's why it's also important to just kind of do a recap of what you were trading, what you made a mistake on. Write it down so maybe next time when you do it again, you can be like, oh my God, this happened July 2nd or something, same setup. So when you're doing your journaling and stuff like that, it's always good just to kind of do a little small recap. Why didn't that play work? What was I looking at? Was it a bad trade? Was it a bad entry? You know what I mean? So, and that's why also too right here, boom. Just this is why I drew this line right here, because this is looking like it is a resistance, which it is. It kind of broke out, but it didn't really confirm. Normally when I'm looking for confirmation, I'm looking for 2 to 3 candles, um, either above or below an EMA or a general resistance or support line. So didn't really confirm. So you got 1, 2, third looked like it went down. The fourth one obviously stayed under. Now we're testing the 13 again. Now I want to kind of go back into a put, but will we beat the 13 this time? You know what? We're going to risk it. We're going in. We're just going to risk it. We'll see. And that's what you kind of got to do. Sometimes you just don't even need to think too much about it. Make your technical analysis and then go with your play. See it again. Just can't beat the 13 here. And that's why you got to keep a mental note too as well. Are we going to beat the 13 this time? Maybe, maybe not. Should I test it? Should I try it? Should I not? That's the risk in trading. Look at the RSI. Yeah, I'm looking at the RSI. The RSI is crazy. Oh, on the 15 minute? Here, we'll go to the 15 minute right here. Yeah, RSI on the 15 minutes at 82. Yeah, it's pretty hot. It's a little hot. We do have this little small gap down right here to 722. You know what? I think I might let this. I'm going to hold this. I'm going to hold this because I got to go to work right now. I really wish I didn't have to go to work all the time, dude. I swear. If I could do this full time, I would do this full time for like 8 hours a day. I swear. I swear I could just literally talk everybody's ear off for like an eight hours a day. So we'll see. We're kind of up right now for the play. So right now it looks like we're about to test the 50 here. See, this is what I've been looking for pretty much most of the morning. I'm looking for this 5 to cross the 13, and looks like we got that candle finally opening just under for like the first time ever, it feels like. So the next thing that I would be worried about is the 50 right here. So like I said, this is either going to act as a support or a resistance depending on where you are. And obviously we're above, so this would be possibly a support. So I got to watch out right here. But it looks like we're up about $600 on this play. And now, like I said, we had the 5 cross the 13, so we're going to be looking for that momentum. So what I would really love to see is the 5 and the 13 cross the 50, and then we'll have a huge wash down. Good momentum, so looks like we're finally going to take a winning play here. So I guess 1 out of the 3 trades that I made was a bad entry. This one up over here. Bad entry on this one, but I was playing the outcomes, just didn't play out in my favor this time. Like I said, I was trying to play the Bollinger Band break right here with this candle mixed with a possible double top, and I just didn't get it. I got a full engulfing candle and heading up higher. All right, looks like we're getting a nice good wash. 1,500 up right now. Here we go. Boom. Nice. So it looks like we might be able to break even a little bit for today. We'll see what happens here. All right, so I'm going to be looking to exit here pretty soon. We got the 5 just now coming across the 50 here. Let's see that big wash. What play is this? 770. All right, here we go. Now, if we were live trading this, obviously you'd be seeing a bigger increase on the P&L. It's just this is really slow. Last price is at 12. It's not even at 12. It's at 14 right now. All right, so we're going to be looking for an exit of 15. We'll just go 15.50. All right, looks like we're up 26 right now. I already preset a sell limit right here at 15.50. So we're currently at 14.70. You can also watch, look, up 4,000 right now. Boom, we're out. There we go, guys. Just like that, we pretty much broke even for the day. We're only down about 300 because we took that loss, but that was a big play. This is how you can make some serious money. Now, when you can what you're looking for too as well is risk management. You want to manage your risk as much as possible. See how I kind of got out over here on this play when I got in on this one off of this resistance line. You sorry, when you got the rejection right here off the resistance line, we kind of tested the 13 a little bit again, and then we had this engulfing candle come back up, and I was like, nope, I'm out. That's how you manage your risk. Even though we are down a little bit, it still ran up just to come back down. It's better to get out and not, you know, pray that your play is going to play out. It's just better to exit the play and then enter a new one. There's always going to be another setup. There's always going to be another time frame that you see that you're going to be able to make money off of. So you shouldn't really worry about taking losses as much as having a good setup. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I kind of got for today. I gotta get on getting. Gotta go to work. So, if you guys haven't already and you want to upgrade to the Earner Plus tier, you can scan this QR code right here on my banner up top, right here on my YouTube. Or if you're on your mobile phone, you can click on my description and you can click on my links to financial freedom right down there. Or you can just click the link right here and it'll pop up. And I have everything in here for you for the Earner to upgrade to the Earner Plus. We also have the lifetime. And if you guys are looking to get into the lifetime and you want to get into a payment plan, we have those two options right here. You can follow me on all my socials. And if you guys are looking to trade, use a different platform, or you want to paper trade with me, you can use my Webull sign up right here. I think we both get a little bit of stocks back if you sign up using my link for that for free. Anyway, guys.